hunters just became the hunted. Tiff and The Punisher! We're coming for you! Systems corrupt, snatching kids in the night. Foster care pipelines profit from the fight. Lies on the paper, judges paid off clean. Tearing up families, living out their dream. Equal and the same, we uncover the game. Foster care corruption, putting kids through the pain. Gunning for CPS, no mercy, no slack. We expose the truth, now you're under attack. You came for the children, thought you'd never fall. But the table's turning. Hear the battle call. When the hunters become the hunted, we are coming for you. When the hunters become the hunted, CPS, your time is through. Tiff and The Punisher rising from the flames, uncovering the lies, screaming out the names. When the hunters become the hunted, we are coming for you. Podcast dropping bombs, every episode raw. Real survivor stories breaking every law. You hunt the parents, label us all insane, but we flip the script, now you feel the pain. Gunning for CPS, equal and the same. Breaking down the system, screaming out your name. Foster care secrets buried in the dirt. We dig them up deep, watch the whole thing burn. You thought you were untouchable, hiding behind the stage, but the hunted are rising. It's already too late. When the hunters become the hunted, we are coming for you. When the hunters become the hunted, CPS, your time is through. Tiff and The Punisher rising from the flames, uncovering the lies, screaming out the names. When the hunters become the hunted, we are coming for you. We are coming for you. Gunning for CPS, equal and the same. Uncovering foster care, your empire, foster day. When the hunters become the hunted, we are coming for you. When the hunters become the hunted, CPS, we're coming through. Tiff and The Punisher, the movement's alive. Parental rights warriors, we will survive. When the hunters become the hunted, we are coming for you.
They are taking our kids every day. A child a minute, no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up, everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallets. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them, but when they come your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voices loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken. Goddamn, and she's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher screaming out loud about the CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up by Tiff Tac. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with hot speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out, CPS, here we come, picking you off one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the case workers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play on Nintendo. Corruption in court, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher Warrior. We cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen away too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Now stop!
All right. What's up, Tiff?
Woo! Oh my God, these are the days. Like, you remember I was feeling all fucked up a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. Well, right before we were supposed to go on, I get a phone call, and there's only certain people I'll accept a phone call from when I know I'm going on.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna get choked up. But another kid is coming home tomorrow. And they're gonna come by so I can meet him. I think he's like 3, but he's coming home tomorrow, and I'm so excited. And this is what makes it all worthwhile for me.
That's it. As long as one kid, all it takes is one kid. Make all of this stuff, make it worthwhile. Just take one. Let alone, whatever your number is, or whatever. Tell them what the best part about what Pat said when they left.
Oh, well, the lawyer told CPS, once this child is returned tomorrow, don't forget you're not in her life anymore. So yeah, leave her alone.
You are not in her life anymore.
Yep.
Man, it's so good. It is so good. I can't believe how many is that in the past 3 months since the New Year's that Pat's got home?
No, I don't know.
4, right? It's at least 4, I think, right?
Yeah, at least.
I mean,
because we have so many people
That's so
right?
cool. You can lose number of the amount of kids that he's gotten home. There's so many that you lose number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a good
So
thing.
I hit him up and I said, "You rock." And
Mhm.
he said, "I guess you talked to her." And he said her name. Word sure does travel fast. And I said, "Yes, you rocked anyway." And I said, "Between me and my little protege, you will never go out of business in Virginia."
Well, that's until we abolish CPS.
Well, he does family law.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
then we can do divorces, so that'll be fine.
right. He'll never go out of business.
Right, we're good. You know, I used to say that about undertakers too, though. But you don't see a lot of people doing funerals anymore.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want that job anyway.
That's what I was supposed to be when I was growing up. That's what I was going to go to school for. I worked in high school. In high school, I worked for Tasker Funeral Home, and that was before they had all of the strict laws that they do now and everything. And one day I'm sitting there and I was applying to colleges, and I said, you know what? How am I going to eat lunch at work if I'm around dead people all the time? And that's what changed my mind. That was it. And then I went to film school. So,
Well, I'm glad you went to film school because we got some neat little graphics going on.
yeah, right. Can you imagine if I was a mortician and this was what I did?
No.
It wouldn't have the same effect, I don't think, as the things I can do now with what I know. So yeah, that's that. But hey, I have a trivia question for you, Tiff.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. If I start to fall asleep during a show, what causes it?
Narcolepsy.
Yes, you win the prize. I don't have one, but you won. All right. I just wanted to clarify that. That's all. We can move on from that. I just wanted that clarified.
Oh, God. Who's talking shit now?
No one's talking shit. I just wanted, maybe we should just revamp with some people sometimes. That's what goes on there. And if you see my eye start to get weird, that's how you know. So if you see my eye get weird, people, and you're watching the show, be like, Darren, stand up, because I don't notice it. And when my eye gets a little bit hangy, that means Darren's going to go sleepy. So make sure that when you see that you guys do some. I wish we had a little buzzer or something. People could go, what I mean? Like, Darren, wake up! Instead of Mary's poking you with a stick, or my mom yelling from upstairs, or yes, I would love some ice cream. I would love some right now, Alicia.
Did you see what Cyrus said?
What did you? No, I was being happy with what Alicia said for me to get ice cream. What'd she say? Punisher. It was a great cover to hide CPS body. But Osiris, here's the other thing. So I went to film school, and then I didn't want to become a mortician, but what I did become was a biorecovery technician. So I still hid the CPS bodies. I just know how to clean them up and how they would disappear forever. So there's one thing that you need to know in your life, and that's a biorecovery technician. So before you do anything stupid, you call one of them first.
I hear your wife yelling.
Yeah, she's babe. Oh man. So that's freaking awesome. I'm glad he gets to come home, because they were trying to really fight for him, right? They were saying, no, he's not coming home. We're not doing this stuff. They're like, no, I thought they had pushed it off. Had they not?
They did.
Mm-hmm.
They pushed it off until like July or August. But here's the thing. From what I understand, now I will meet this little boy tomorrow, that he is autistic.
Oh, nice.
So why do they want to give up this? But of course, I got the lawyer that walks in courtrooms and rocks it like he's the legend that's watching us.
That's right.
And he gets shit done.
That's freaking awesome. Yeah, because that's a big payday for them. An autistic child, whoo, bringing in the money.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy to get those ones home. It's really not. And I'm not saying that as a joke. That's, like when I feel so bad for these families that have these children that are on the spectrum, because, man, it's hard. It's hard to get them back because they get so much money. And most of the times they're going to end up putting them in a home or something like that, and to collect that money, not even with a family. You
Yep.
know, it's awful, and I don't mean to break off like that, but guys, Danielle's son is still missing. So please, if you guys can help, if you whatever you can do, I don't even know it. We have the poster on the website and everything. Get that, share it, please. Do whatever you guys can do to help in the search for Danielle's son. So they don't have they have nothing. This is crazy. This kid has pretty much vanished from the earth. It's scary and it's sad. But if you guys can do anything, please, 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 even just talking to people, having them share the show, we talk about whatever you guys can do to get the word out there about Alex, please do that. It would mean a lot. It definitely means a lot to Danielle. That they weren't even doing anything until we came out and we started blasting this stuff that we got the pressure turned on, that they started even announcing it in different places. It wasn't until we started doing this stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why does it take somebody like us to put fire under somebody's ass?
I don't know.
This is a human being that's missing.
Yep. And a kid that needs the help, like he doesn't not stick out like a sore thumb, I'm sure. I mean, I know that, you know what I mean? Like he's on medication. He's lacking his medication now. Like someone's got to know something about something.
Well, I hope they find him soon because he's been gone almost a month.
I know it. I know. I'm sure he's hiding out somewhere, living life. That's what I'm sure he's doing. He's always been under the watch of people. He's probably out there. He's 21 years old. He's probably having a time of his life saying, no way, no one's bringing me back. I'm going out and living my life. That's what I'm picturing. So, Alex,
do you blame him?
At least.
And he can get in the bars.
Yeah. So he's out there. He's having a good time. That's what I'm going with. He's going to come home when he's ready. I'm sure he has an idea. I'm sure he's out there having a good time. That's what I'm sure of. So, but if any of you guys know about that, then please help him out. But like I said, I'm sure he's out there having the time of his life down there in Atlanta, and he's living it up. So let's go with that one. Let's put that energy out in the universe, guys. Not the bad way. Let's not think about it bad. Let's think about it that he's having a damn good time. Osiris. Yeah, but call Danielle, please. Alex, call your mother. Other than that, have fun.
Hi, Tony.
I got this for you, Osiris. Check this out. I haven't gotten this to him yet, just because of whatever, but he's going to really enjoy this. I'll play you a second of it, but let me just download it real quick here. This is a new gift for Osiris. He loves this stuff, so he, let me see here.
You worked hard on it.
Let's see. Where did it go? All right, here it is. Right here. We're going to do this to this. Download MP3. And then, I was doing a lot over this weekend.
You what?
I made us a bunch of new stuff this weekend that will be coming out over the week. Did I show you the t-shirts? Did we get the t-shirts out there yet? The ones that I made?
No.
No?
You said you were working on them.
All right, hold on. I'll show you those too. But I wanted to play, while I do that, I want to play Osiris's new tune that I made for him. This one's badass. And then while I'm doing that, I'll rip a couple of seconds of his song here. God, I'm so excited about that little boy coming home. He must be excited too.
Yeah.
I wonder if he knows. Do you think that they tell them when they're going home?
No.
I know. They would not get any sleep that night. It'd be like night before Christmas, I bet. Oh, look it. There it is. There's the thing, Becca. There she went. She was there and she was gone. But here you go, Osiris. This is your new tune, my brother. Check it out. And I'm going to go grab those t-shirts. I'll be right back.
Osiris, God of law, undisputed in the court. Title IV destroyer, child support destroyer. Watch the fraud abort. Hotep brothers rise. Knowledge is the weapon. The contract is void. Step into the chamber of truth.
You did, in fact,
Destroy.
share those T-shirts on Friday.
Deployed.
Oh yeah, but not with Tiff.
I am the
Yeah.
title for
Wasn't here.
destroyer. Child support destroyer. Amen, Osiris, God of law. Your 40 case is over. Voluntary contract, no undertaking on file. Terminate the arrears, dismiss it with style. Title for destroyer. Child support destroyer. False claims, no jurisdiction. System on fire, got a law in session. The fraud is exposed. Amen, Osiris speaking. Your case is closed. They send you papers, call it child support enforcement. But Title 4D is a private contract. No consent, no enforcement, no judge, no court. Just administrative hearsay demanded for the application of bond, the full display. State courts running a scam under the False Claims Act, billing the feds while they trap fathers in a trap. Amen, Osiris taught that child support is 100% fraud. Voluntary undertaking missing, then the case is flawed. No signature, no proof, no jurisdiction to enforce. I send the notice, the affidavit, put the system on course. Terminate the order, wipe the arrears clean. 4D destroyer. Living the sovereign dream. Hearing officer fraud, admiralty tricks in the room. Black's law dictionary.
Send it to him in Messenger. He said he loves you so much, bro.
Alright, there you go, Cyrus. That's your new tune, my brother. I love it. I think it's badass, man.
I do too. I want a copy of it too.
You know you'll get a copy of it.
We'll all get a copy of it, duh.
Everybody gonna get a copy. I got the radio station up again
We'll
too.
steal it from him.
Here's this here. Let me see here. Here's
Long time no talk, Alicia. Yeah, she's the one that reminded me that the show is on.
Well, thanks for showing up, Mrs. Moderator.
I'm like, oh crap, I was just be moderating.
Yeah. Now here she is. Don't forget, guys. Tuesday nights is Becca night.
Yep, that's Becca night.
That's Becca night. But
What are we talking about tomorrow, Becca?
Huh?
What are we talking about tomorrow night? Pull him up, Darren.
I hear that all day long.
Oh, Jesus.
About
Shit,
his
that's
paint.
not being a picture. Hold on, let me get a big. They say what they say on them is child prison system for CPS.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Darren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get a better picture of that here. I know that there's one in the store here. Let me open the store.
I did, Osiris. I was gonna say something about that until when Darren stopped talking. I was gonna tell you thank you for that. I did get those, and I was like, oh, the one you sent me. I was like, oh my gosh.
There we go. Come on, view store. Let me see the store. There we go.
Nope.
Here's our store. And then this. Tiff, did you see those sweatshirts too that we had?
No.
Why can't I get a bigger
You
picture?
can't even see it now.
Yeah, I can't. I'm all up in my phone.
I can't. Oh yeah, shit. You can't see nothing, can you? Why can't I get a
No.
bigger picture of this? You know what? I know I can get a bigger picture.
Run the magnifying glass over it.
Yeah. There we go. Download all. There we go. Let me download these. Let me get this out of here. Stop sharing, and I will do that. Yeah, Becca, what are we talking about tomorrow night with you?
Stipulation.
Are you stipulating now with us, or is that just you're telling us that's what you're doing?
That's what we're doing.
Why do you have new news? Do you have new news about stipulating?
No,
No.
not really. I mean, essentially, it's becoming more and more apparent that it's a pattern and it's abuse. I mean, the lawyers are abusing their privilege to do it and use it, and they're shortcutting everything. So, and when they shortcut, they violate people's due process rights.
Mm.
Yeah, services reminded me that we're going to have a whole class on how CPS functions.
They don't.
And Osiris, I have all the manuals for that. So,
Yeah. Let me see. Here we go. All right. So check this out. Here's the back. That's badass too.
hi guys, congratulations. What'd you win, Tiff?
Oh my God, you didn't hear?
The award? No,
No,
what?
No. We got a kid coming home tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations. I have somebody
I'm
in
going to take
Virginia.
some pictures with them.
Oh,
Because
yeah?
as soon as they leave the courthouse, they're coming right to my house.
Yeah, you need to have like a video of that or something so we can put it up here.
Didn't I tell you my protege was recording it?
Yes, you
Or
did,
have
but
them
I'm talking
video.
about with you. With you.
Oh,
Tiff.
yeah, with me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with you. That's right. And with Tiff. Yeah, no, it's gonna be exciting. I mean, what do you say? What did she do that made it so that she could get her kid home? What happened? What did
She
she
got
do?
in touch with me. Claire brought her right here.
I
I
know,
said,
but I'm saying, but what was there things that she did that people don't do, or what was there anything? I mean, I get it that hiring him is the shit and all of that, but like, was there anything that she did or did not do that warranted her getting her kid home, or was it strictly because of the lawyer she got?
well, it's all this. She came to me.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to educate her court appointed attorney.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to hear it. He told her to stop listening to us. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on the phone and she had him on speakerphone. I said, fire that motherfucker right now. Fire him. And he was like, who's talking? I said, just fire him. So she fired him. I said, do not cooperate with them. You don't need to do any more drug tests. All your drug tests, including your hair follicles, all come back clean. You need to call this attorney right now. I'm texting him right now and telling him you're calling. And then her first court hearing, he walked in and rocked it. The second one, the judge got on CPS 3 different times because they were filing shit, but not notifying him. So the judge was like, wait a minute. What are you doing? You can't file stuff. This is an attorney. Not only is it, he's a paid attorney. So the judge again reminded them that they can't be doing that, that they have to notify him of everything that they're filing. And finally, he got everything, and court's at 1:30 tomorrow, and the baby's coming home. And Pat told him, you just remember that once the child is returned, you're out of her life.
I love that. I love that. That's the best thing I've ever heard. And I bet you his ass said it too.
I know damn well he said it because he's the kind of lawyer that he's really quiet. Like when I first met him, I was looking around. Of course, I told you I had this little kid who thought he was going to represent me. So my lawyer finally showed up and I'm like, I haven't even seen my daughter's lawyer. She's like, oh, he's over there. So when he came over and talked to me, he's very quiet until he gets in the courtroom.
Oh, you know what? Hey, Renee, why don't you come in here and give us an update on everything that you guys got going on? We haven't talked to you in a while. And I know that you guys do your Sunday night Zooms, but you want to come on in here and you want to come in here and see what's going on or give us an update of what's going on with you? That would be cool because we haven't heard from you in a long time. And the last time we actually heard from you, it wasn't pretty when we ended the show, if I remember correctly. So I think it might be a nice.
She said I look like hell, but okay.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna send you I'll send you a link right now on Messenger.
So Darren, where can people find these t-shirts? They want to order them.
I will put them up on the screen.
CPSFreakingNews.com.
Yeah, they're there, and then they're also. I'll put a link up right to them.
Send me a link.
Send me a link, she says. Darren, if you want things done around here, you send Tiff the link.
That's not necessarily true. If you send me a link that I can't open, I'm gonna be calling you back.
Or she can't see.
Or I can't see it.
Right. Well, first let me get Renee a link here for the show. Unless
I mean, I could do it, but I was just gonna put it in the chat. But
all right, do you have Renee's info? You can send it to her.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it then. Get her done, Becca. And
Oh man.
Thank for the other things. It's like a real
Alicia, are you gonna come back and join us? Is she still on?
No, she's making moves. She's making moves.
She's actually got a lot going on. She's got she's writing bills and cashing checks and all kinds of stuff.
I heard I told her I was proud of her.
Mm-hmm. She's doing great. She's
That's
doing great
awesome.
things. Let me see. What am I trying to do? Add here. Let me see. Image.
Where is the link? Where's the freaking thing for the link? Darren, did it move on me?
Yeah. This is why we got. This is why we.
Don't you start. Oh, no, that's right. It's over here running the people thing. I got this. Copy.
Everybody thinks it's easy being the Punisher.
I'm not a Punisher.
Everybody thinks being the Punisher. You know how many messages I get that say, "Oh my God, now I get it, Darren."
I sent you that.
I know, but you're not the only one.
I get it too. That's why I turn my phone off at night.
Yeah, you gotta shut that baby right down sometimes. You're like, whoa, nope. All right.
I literally was like, I understand your pain. I was like, I get it. I 100% get it.
Well,
So
I
then
mean,
I started
everybody
reading
wants their
more.
kid home. Everybody wants their kids home right now, and so do we want your kids home right now. But it's unfortunately it doesn't happen like that, and that's the unfortunate part. There's the shirt right there. That's the back of it.
Mother fricker.
Right there.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I need that.
Yeah. So that's the back, and then we have. Let's see here.
There you go, Renee.
The image there for the front. Let's see. The front is right somewhere here. Front of the shirt right here.
That's the back.
There's the front.
That's the back.
That's the front. This is the front right here.
Well, it's up too high then.
Working. Right there. It's
that is the back.
That's the front right here on the screen. It's the CPS badge. It says Child Prison System. And right here, if you could see on there, there's a little on the logo. There's a kid waving to his parents walking away.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, but it's the truth. Like we can't.
It is the truth.
We can't have these things be false. And then on the sides, one of them is an upside down American flag that says kidnapping kids since 1974. And then on the other side, it is Tiff and the Punisher logo that I did, which I think is this going to be the right side? No, so they got to look the other way, right here. And it's this side right here. Right there. Why can't I make that one big? Maximize.
That's what she said.
Yes, she did say that once. And right there, if you could see it, that's the Tiff and the Punisher logo right there, like a little military logo. So that's the shit right there. Now I got to figure out how to get all this off the screen. Remove. All right.
Willie's in here.
And then let's let Miss Billy out. Miss Billy, welcome to the show.
Let me out.
Right? She wants out of the box.
God, I tell you, hi guys. Good to see y'all.
Good to see you.
Oh, my gosh, Tiff, I was so excited to see that message that you posted, though. That's so exciting to have another child coming home.
Mm-hmm.
Really is. So many people out there are not getting their children home. So, and it's for all the reasons that you guys just spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
They're listening to the wrong people. Everybody's money, and they're losing everything. So, so good to see you guys, Darren. Good stuff. Good merch.
Well, thank you. What's going on with you guys? How's you do the town halls every Sundays now? Is that your deal?
No, it's sporadic. This is just because I needed one more thing to do.
Oh, yeah, why not? You just
but this is taken on now. It's really going to be fun. This is it's called the National People's Great Grand Jury. This is not the grand jury proceeding you've ever heard of. This is not going to be followed like their procedures. This is not going to be followed in any fashion that, when people say, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. What do we keep saying? Why do we have to do this or that if they don't do crap anyhow? So this is supposed to have a little light to it, a little fun, little bit of humor. We're going to do some things and show some things that you wouldn't normally see during a grand jury proceeding. Sheriff Mack is going to be our watcher foreman. So he's helping gather. What we're going to do is we're going to have a team of watchers like his caliber who will be watching the proceedings, participating, can ask questions. So it's, a normal indictment would come from a grand jury where they just hear one side, which we all know. That's just, I don't care where you come from. That's wrong on all ends of the barrel. So, so with that said, he agreed to participate because he, like myself, wanted to have a rebuttal period. And since we're going after every House member who sat in a seat since 2019 in this congressional House, that's a lot of people.
Holy smokes.
And so, we're going.
Every congressional member since 2019?
Yep. None of them have done their duty to the people. This petition of remonstrance has been in Congress and in the House of Representatives since December 2019. The Supreme Court's had it. We're not going after the government. We're going after the people who are treasonous, sitting in seats that are usurped and not doing their jobs. Mm-hmm. And have done the job and taken money, but taken foreign money, foreign assets. Nothing they have done has helped us, the conglomerate of people. And very few of them, you can count things and go, oh, but he did this and she did that. Yeah, no. I don't care if they do one this or one that. No, when they completely ignore the will of the people and allow treason, allow murders, allow counterfeit, purged, and forged documents to be used in any of these courts, knowing and being told over and over. How many? I mean, you guys know, every case we look at, no matter when it is, if anyone is saying, I'm innocent, they took my children without asking, my mom is now in medical kidnapping, and I have power of, these stories go on. And the only thing they have in common is all of this counterfeit, forged, and perjured documents. So with that said, any House member who has had the evidence handed to them, they have a duty to their constituents. We all know this. Mm-hmm. This is simple. So, when we started the petition of remonstrance in 2019, it had to go to the legislative branch. The legislative branch had a duty. And who sits in the legislative branch? How many of them? 530 some or 40 some? Mm-hmm. It's going to be fun because, isn't it that about 530? 550?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Are they counting Virginia yet? I mean, are those numbers up and out, or are they adding anything to them yet?
Every seat for the House of Representatives that would be creating law in this country is the legislative branch. Mm-hmm. So we're doing it federally. Kathleen is all about the local and the state, but as we know, the state is in violation as well. So this all became federal. It's all federal.
435.
435. Thank you. So I don't know, and then can you Google how many have changed? We may have a 700 or 800 people on this thing, but that's okay.
Let's see how many.
They will have the opportunity if they want to, and they believe this affects them. They can come back out of retirement or out of. Well, some of them may already be in jail, I think, actually. But they're going to we'll make sure everybody knows this is what it is. And this is the people telling you, we don't have to send you anything. You already got it. You've had it over and over and over and over and over again. And it's not just toll and roll. Think about all the people out there who have sent things to their Congress members and the House, the Supreme Court level, just saying, hey, these crimes, they're doing this. There's 80 people over here who all have had the same thing happen. There's 5 over here. There's 3 over here. We already have a pattern, guys. Anybody who has sent anything related to counterfeit, forged, or perjured documents saying somebody's lied, they created, look at the Bundys, for instance. All of the lies that prosecutor created against the Bundy family. I was in the court. It was 2017 when the prosecutor, I got to witness him a few times, but we're all sitting there looking at each other like, that didn't happen. That's a lie. The prosecution ended up getting in trouble, but none of them went to jail. No millions of dollars were collected for the fines and fees. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. I put the document up during the meeting yesterday. It's a living document, so it wasn't meant to be perfect. It's like the document to say, hey, this is how we're kind of planning it. And everybody can pipe in. Unless you want to pipe in negatively, then just pipe off, to say it nicely. We don't have time for that. The whole thing is everybody can do it bigger, better, best, right? All across this country, you'll hear people bitching about the way somebody didn't do something or the way they are doing it. And I can do it better, or these people. Well, okay, well, then why didn't you do it?
Right.
I am so
Right.
done with
Mhm.
that attitude. I was PTA president back in the day, of course, right? And during one of the meetings, this woman who was just a problem, she just always had, and so I had a conversation the night before, and I said, I'm so tired. She can do it bigger. She can do it better. She can do it, blah, 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 and I'm like vomiting all these words. And they said, well, just give it to her. And I said, you know what? It was my sister at the time. So she said, yeah, it was 2000. It was 2006. So my sister was still alive, and I had called her, and she says, well, do what you do best. Delegate. I said, well, I am the president. I can do that. So during that meeting, she starts how I should be doing this and that. And it was a big carnival. By the way, I put on the biggest carnival the school had ever had, right? But she knew how to do it better. So she had this, I can't remember what it was, but I literally looked at her and I said, okay, everybody stop just a minute. And I said, you can stand, why don't you stand up? And I said, you know what? And I had my secretary, I said, can you please put down, what is your full name? Put her down. She's going to be leading this. And she's like, oh, no. And I'm like, well, no, you've got it. You're telling me you can do it better. And I agree with you. It sounds great. So let's make sure that goes in the minutes. So next time. And she was pissed. But guess what? Then shut your mouth.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Or come with
Get on
problem
board.
solving. Right. Yeah, get on board. Don't be a problem maker. Be a problem solver.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like the way something's being done, suggest a different way. Don't tell me I'm fucking doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I do a lot of things wrong, but you don't have to get rude. You're not doing it. So I can tell you to tick off. I don't care. You don't matter to me. What matters to me is getting this done for the country. And that's how I've gotten. I don't know about you guys, but you have a lot of people who just want it yesterday. Mm-hmm. After 19 years, I can tell you nothing gets done yesterday. So this grand jury hearing, this is about us directing our own circus. This is about us outing the elephant in the circus tent. And by the time, and I asked, and it's kind of funny, I said, well, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take a big hologram looking picture when we start of an elephant that covers the whole screen, but you can see through it. Mm-hmm. And by the end of these hearings, the elephant's gone. He's shrunk because he's not in the room anymore. So the whole point here is we are going to be going over every document Toll and Roll has presented, and the whistleblowers and the people. And when you actually go to it's called the National People's Great Grand Jury page on Facebook. Mm-hmm. But when you go to that, I made sure we have a link that has 3 drop boxes. And you can see the original petition of remonstrance and all the documents and evidence that go with it. And you can see there's amicus briefs in there. There is audits in there that were done. And this is the big one, like when Marie McDonald did the big audit in Washington State, and how all the land records were, everything she found was fraud. Everything had forgeries, everything. And she was paid by the county to actually, the city council. It was a big thing. Christopher King filmed it. And so King Productions, I can't remember the whole name of it, but you can Google it. Go to YouTube and Marie McDonald and pull her up from Washington State audit. And boy, it was powerful. Guess what? They didn't do anything with it. They did nothing with it. It didn't help anything. And yet here they paid for it. It wasn't cheap. It was like 10 grand just for her services, I think. I may be wrong, but I think it was. But it was proof. And then we have had other audits across the country. You had Ricardo, what is his name? He was in Ocala, Florida. Ocala, Florida. I can't remember how to say that either. Sorry, I'm terrible with names.
Ocala.
Thank you. He was the what do you call it? Clerk of the court in there. And so he was like, wait a minute, all these documents, we got to do something. So he actually tried to get the FBI involved. He got everybody going. And when I spoke with him, we had a big meeting. There was a couple other people because we wanted to talk to him, because here we are talking Florida. While we were doing that meeting, we realized that his county had third-party contractors with Orange County, California, for the secure software system that I have been talking about that caused all of this, starting with Kamala Harris, and that they sold it all across the country. So you had third-party contractors in all these different recorders' offices. And one of the guys that was on the call with us, he said, wait a minute, Orange County, California? And I said, yeah. And Ricardo, yeah, he said, yes, that's who we contract with, the secure software system, because they sell it, and then you have to pay per document filed and blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of money. And so this other buddy of his that was on there, who was going through a court problem at the time, he said, they had me write my check to Orange County, California. It was for documents he had in, what did you call it? Ocala?
Ocala, yeah, Ocala, yep.
In there. And he goes, now it makes sense. I said, yeah, because they're playing games with the records. They're passing money back and forth. So that's, this is what I'm saying, is all of this goes back over a decade, 2 decades. And it's got people, because children were taken, and we've got, again, you guys have probably seen, people are getting arrested, going after judges' bonds and oaths in that now, because this isn't new. This has been done. People are just learning how to do it, acting like they just found it and it's brand new. As soon as that started, I said, guys, you better be careful. You're going to get your butt arrested. Oh, I don't care. They can't do this. They can't do that.
Oh, they can.
Oh, they can. And they do. So I think Doug Anderson got arrested. Heidi Crane was arrested. And so this go after their oaths and bonds. I'm going to tell you a story, and this is very important. Tom and Lisa Eilertson was their name. These were whistleblowers. These were a couple that over a decade ago learned about oaths and bonds. They had, I think, like 25 judges. Number may be off, but I think it's 25, who they lawfully did everything right. They had those judges so bound up, their credit tanked, they couldn't buy things, their property. I mean, they literally had these judges who had no oaths, no bonds. This was unbelievable, the liens on them, till the judges realized it was real. You start pulling the money away and tying up their credit, which is affecting their wives, getting pissed at them, all this. Both of them ended up in prison. Trouble with CPS, of course, right? Well, the day I found my ranch burned down, and the reason I'm telling this, because we have a lot of people out there, CPS, all of it, and you hear a lot of this bond talk. They don't have an oath and bond. Well, they haven't had them for a long time, guys. This isn't anything new, right? But this new hamster wheel is now hearing this, and they've got people charging them to help them learn this and tell them, yes, you can do this, file that. Well, yeah, you can. But I am here to tell you a very lovely couple that we actually on Whistleblower Pie interviewed. The day on March 7th that I was going up the hill to the apocalypse of the fire in my ranch burned down, Lisa was committing suicide back east. So a year ago, March 7th, a woman who was amazing, her and her husband did everything they could. They did all the paperwork they could. They did everything. It doesn't matter, guys, if you try to do that, because unless the foundation of the courts, the sheriffs, the legislative, executive, all the branches are catawampy, you don't win. Some will. Let me retract that. You have a few that do. But then they go private and disappear. You usually don't have them out there teaching people because this is a private right of action. It's not a public right of action, it's a private right of action. So, Tiffany, you have this just, again, I'm going to stop after this because this is the point you and I had when we spoke. Have people.
And you guys should check that out too, by the way. I know
it's
we
a
aired.
great interview. It was fun too. But if you have people who are telling you, do this, do that, file this, file that, well, have you done it? Well, no. My question is, have you filed and won an oath claim against a judge? Have you know? This is stuff where you start messing with black robed people with the ends of the court. These guys know. And I'm telling you, Lisa and Tom had it right.
Yeah, if I haven't done it, I'm not going to tell anybody else to do it, right? Because I have to win first. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, it's trial and error, right? What works for you might not work for me, and what works for Darren might work for both. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never tell somebody to do something that I first have not tried myself.
Well, and this is why we're doing this national grand jury. It's going to be where we're going to have all the evidence that we've presented to Doge and the judiciary, all of it. We don't have to re-present everything because they've already been presented it, right? This is for the record, though. We're creating the people's record. And then there's another gentleman who has software system that he's been working on for 35 years. He's an older gentleman. He lives out of the country now. He knows all of this stuff. But we had this conversation too, but he lives out of the country because our country doesn't recognize it anyhow. So if you want to stand and do all of that sovereign stuff, great. Right? Who's listening to you besides the other guy trying to learn it?
Mm-hmm.
Because the courts don't listen to it. But some of them do. Some of them get people removed. The man that was one of my mentors who's in prison, and I think he's still in Florida right now, he knew how to do it. Keyword prison. He's sitting in prison. So we have to be smarter about the way we do business. And if it even reeks of potentially putting us in jail, we're going to jail, not the criminal. Mm-hmm. Your home's getting blown up. Criminal's not getting arrested. My ranch is getting burned down. The guy squatting on the title, he's the Bitcoin king out all over the country with Ukrainian, Slovakian, Israeli, national. I mean, Darren, the stuff I have found out about this company, and I've had other whistleblowers contacting me now. Beijing Bitman cannot do business as owners in the United States, but yet they're pumping millions and millions, right?
Yeah.
So you wonder why our children are being taken? Because nobody cares to watch who's doing what. But thank God, and I do mean thank God, Jesus walking in his Birkenstocks over there in the dark. Mm-hmm. We do have advocates who are making it happen, who are holding judges accountable in the right way. Judges are being removed. Sheriffs are being removed. But what's happening? They're being replaced with the same type of people.
Right. The same people are coming in behind them. Right.
So hopefully we, as what we're bringing, I have been told that our bill is getting closer to being sponsored. So
that's good.
That's huge. But even if it doesn't, guys, as we've said, nothing in that bill isn't already in the law. Mm-hmm. It's just nothing in there was written from new. It was all our founding fathers' words, the laws that are already out there. It's just putting it into a perspective of accountability to those who have been treasonous in the seats, usurping the people's liberties and putting foreign interests ahead of us. Mm-hmm. And so that's what this simply is going to be. We've already got over 110 people on the page. I just started it like 3 days ago. So So I'm excited about having anybody can be a juror, by the way. But we'd like to do this by 4th of July weekend. And then anybody who's not a juror, when we finally cut it off, because everybody's going to have a number. So like if it was the three of us, 1, 2, 3, right? Well, we've already got 100 people on the page. Everybody wants to be a juror. So what we're going to do is they each have to sign a juror's thing that we got to have finished created. I got to talk to Rod. He had a little health hiccup last week, but so we've got to have a juror sheet, because we don't want anybody participating that then says, oh, you didn't tell me this, you didn't tell me that. No. We're still going to do that. Anybody can give witness from around the world. We're going to have any podcaster that wants to participate. Stephen is going to help, and we're going to have it where it can broadcast anywhere live for anybody. It's not going to be just a one-day thing, because we have to allow, like, say, Darren, say you want to come in with the evidence of what happened to your house. You can come in and you can give witness testimony with facts, not with emotion. Here's my sheet of witness testimony. And you just have to make sure you have the Doge affidavit filled out. That's all. Whoever wants to give witness. And then you'll do your witness statement, and then you'll read your witness statement. But it's going to be just the counterfeit, forged, and perjured documents, anything that was perjured against you, fraud against you, a document that the judge allowed. Or I love when we hear people say, yeah, on the record, the judge in court said, well, yeah, you're supposed to have a signature there, but, and you look and you're like, wait, you're supposed to, but oh, well, power attorney,
Right. Don't forget that.
who needs that? Let the attorney speak for him, So, so this is going to be, once it's done, we're going to give time for rebuttal. And I think it would be fantastic if some of these House of Representatives actually came forward to represent themselves as having done the best they could. Maybe they haven't taken foreign money. Maybe they haven't committed treason. Maybe they say, I never saw what you're talking about sending. My office may have gotten it, but my gatekeepers, they can throw their gatekeepers under the bus. Who knows, right? Because you and I know there's all kinds of stories. And then we'll stop and we'll do videos of the bloopers, congressional bloopers. We're going to do congressional bloopers. This is going to be fun, because I'm going to say, like, oh, you mean that one that married her husband? And then you're going to hear some court saying, oh, you can't, that's incest. And then you have Omar, I do,
Yeah.
right? So it's going to be fun, because quite honestly, guys, it's called theater for a reason when you go into that court, right? So if they can create a circus out of the Epstein files, out of trafficked children, out of murdered people, okay, we're going to create our own, and we're going to seriously bring forward our evidence, and we're going to play your bloopers in the middle of all this. Ooh, nice. My daughter's going to get a facial. Her skin looks great already. Look at it. And so, yeah, I'm at her house. I crashed here for a few days while I had appointments and things. So anyway, nice. We want to make it fun. So if anybody has an idea and you go, oh, I've got the best video. I took it when I was in court and Senator so-and-so showed up, or somebody, because there's a lot of people out there who have filmed things on the street that these people have said the most crazy things, and they don't make it to the news. But we advocates go, did you see what they filmed? Did you hear what they... Send them. Let's use them. Let's get them out there, because that's what this is about. This is about the people's time to bring forward what we want to bring forward. And then let them come forward if they want to give a rebuttal with facts, not with emotion. I didn't do it is not a rebuttal. So we want to see your evidence of how you didn't sit in that seat and ignore the petition of remonstrance, ignore the woman who was beat in jail and raped in jail and came to your office begging your office for help. Okay, I'd like to hear the rebuttal to that. I really would, wouldn't you? That's part of our petition of remonstrance. Val was beat all over a house. She was beat. They stripped her naked. It was a horrible. It's all in the petition of remonstrance. So we don't have to go over every case that's in there, but we want people from across the country, a veteran, a nurse, a doctor, because everybody who's been a victim, we have this whole demographic. Where you got to ask her, where are you getting your face done?
Somewhere down the street.
Oh, okay. Please make
Down
sure.
the street facial.
Yeah, down the street facial. Say hi, T.
Perfect.
So yeah, she's going down the street for a facial.
I don't know. It's contrary
Yep, down the street facials.
to I'm sold.
She says it's contrary to anti-aging, so I'm sold.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. As long as it's not produced, as long as it's not the little children
Oh my
products, we're
God,
fine,
I
right?
know, right? So hey, anybody
Mhm.
can bring witness to that too.
Mhm.
You know, I'm
And
telling
it's
you,
all coming,
COVID.
it's all coming out.
I've got a gal who's a whistleblower for water up in Northern California. I'm going to ask her because this is all going to be on like a Zoom platform, like we're doing here. You'll be able,
Mhm.
as long as we have it, have your witness statement, because we have to see the witness statement. We want to make sure that
Mhm.
everything we're presenting, right, goes with the flow and isn't something that just, oh, they hit me and mom, he's touching me. No, that's not
Mhm.
going to be the testimony. So
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
so that's it. And then when it's done, everybody wants to know, well, how are we going to hold them accountable? Well, see, the good news is people, well, good and bad, the people forget that there's jobs and there's categories of these jobs. You know, Tiff, you know, Darren, it's like you go to the sheriff if somebody steals your horse. But if you go because it's identity theft, he's not taking that. He's sending you to somewhere else, right? They don't, everybody says, oh, we don't handle that. That's this agency. We the people, we have a duty to come forward. When the government subverts our remedy, we have a right to bring it. And we also have a right to stand up for our government against those warring against it, which is anyone who sat in a seat and created treason that we dealt with. That's the legislative branch.
Oh, 638 have sat in the House since 2000.
Well, if you can shoot me a document with all those names on it, that would have just taken care of something I have to do. Just ask.
Oh, well, sure, Renee. Let me just handle that right for you.
Oh God, I know. Because I mean, I'm serious. This is not that hard of a thing to do, guys. Everybody makes things so much harder than they have to be. I literally said, no, we need to have our own grand jury and we need to do it national because these are all federal crimes. And we, the people.
And Kathleen's a great person. Kathleen's been trying to do this for a long time.
Yeah. And so she's very excited. When I called her and I said, okay, I got a plan. I need to know if you want to participate. She was so excited because, you know, if we don't do this on the national level, you're never going to have success at the local level. That's had and tried for 100 years now. Think of it. For 100 years, people have really been fighting for the people's grand juries or citizens' grand juries, or, you know, everybody has tried. And when I say everybody, I mean groups. In 2000, I think it was 15, we did a big event at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Ventura. Anthony Williams came. William Wagner was doing that. We had a big film crew. The Bundys were there. We had quite a few people in California who were really winning cases for people. And this was all about creating grand juries. People came. We had notaries there to sign people up. And then it fizzled because nobody was herding the cats. And because even if you do them, which I had a grand jury done for me, and I had no idea. I got a phone call out of the blue it was phenomenal people that they had convened to do a grand jury on my case. And I remember I was sitting in the parking lot at the bank because I had a bounce check come to me and I overdrew my account. I remember it vividly because I was like, God damn it, you can't even trust people to give you funds anymore. So there I am at the bank and I get this phone call. Now I'm crying because I'm emotional. You got the indictment. They see it, everything, blah, blah, blah. Great. What do we do with it now? I never even got the true bill because the attorney that was involved never created it. Even if I had it, where was I going to take it? Because it would be the people that would have to, like Rod Class. He's a bounty hunter. He can arrest people, right? Okay. But how many of him are out there? And we, the people, can do arrests, but if you're going to do it on the street, because I did do this a few times, people, so I am telling you what I did. Maybe it didn't work for me the right way, but actually it got me attacked by 3 sheriffs in the land records office, so I wouldn't suggest doing this. But I actually asked for a citizen's arrest of the county, of the clerk at the court of the in the land records. And the next thing I knew, I was being attacked. Hands on guns, hands on tasers, 6'6" guys with one little guy that was the sheriff's security, Homeland Security Bureau, which has nothing to do with what it sounds like. It just means they created another office, gave it a name. It's a business. Like you and I could open a McDonald's haystack and call it McDonald's, right? And put a haystack next to it. Same thing with the sheriffs. They create all these damn things that make it sound like Homeland Security. And I do know this is a fact because I got a call one time because I was accused of threatening the life of the judge. Another woman and I. No, we didn't threaten anybody. But after a 2-hour phone call, the guy was like, he's sitting there going, oh, shit. Okay, good. I believe you. We're good. He's like, I don't want to talk to her anymore. So these things can be had. Okay, so what we've decided, because the way we've done it is very different, it's already got accountability built into it. This is why it's still sitting. Now we have, I think, 78 congressional desks with not a 0 of a no, without a 0 of a we won't help you, because we did it right. And I am hoping with the people that are coming forward who are really quality people that you would go, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Plant the seeds. All I did was say, we got to do this. And now it's growing. So anybody listening, you can be involved. You don't have to wear a suit and a tie. This isn't, we want you to look decent. We don't want you to, have your hair out in the middle of the day, but let's do this together. Let's come forward. Let's present the evidence properly. Let's do some bloopers in between so Darren doesn't fall asleep. And,
right. We got to be sure.
We're going to keep doing
because
it.
if narcolepsy doesn't give me boredom, will.
Yeah, it's good. We don't want this boring. Tiffany, you know me enough to know I don't do boring. I don't like boring. It's got to be fun, even though it's crazy. If you looked at the transcripts from Powers versus Bank in New York Mellon, the day I ran the court, because my attorney, I told her to sit down and shut up, and the judge said I could speak for myself. I had 6 attorneys against me that are high-end attorneys from across the country. Bank in New York Mellon, MERS, Select Portfolio Servicing, McCarthy and Holthus, Commonwealth Land Title, Insurance. They were on the other side of me, and then me, and the whole 70 people behind me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just know I'm telling the truth, and I'm reading paperwork that we put together so I wouldn't stumble and mumble. And when it came time for us to gather, as the judge said, why don't you guys have a conversation here? That meant me and all of them. I looked at him and I said, so it's okay. I can talk to them because she's not talking for me today, right? And he says, no, you're good. So we start talking, and big old Stephen Daly puts his hand up. I can't talk to you. You have an attorney. I looked at him, put my hand on my hip, and I said, hold that thought. Judge Carter, didn't you just tell me? And I'm doing this. And he's like, and he's smiling because, I know. Yes, I did. And I said, so let's talk, Mr. Daly. And the next thing I know, I'm shaking hands with them all, pulling them in. And as we're done with that, I look at the judge and I say, okay, now I've given you all my information and what I want to say. And I said, I'm done, and I'd like for you to rule. And he looks at me and he says, and I bet you'd like me to rule in ABC, right? And I said, as a matter of fact, I would. He said, well, I'm not going to. I said, well, that's a shame. And then we continued. Guess what? It was a memorable day. The transcripts still stand. He recognized me as the woman. I acted like a woman. I didn't act like an attorney, but I did well because I had it read, right? I had a piece of paper. So all I'm telling everybody out there is, if I can do it, you can do it. Doesn't mean you're going to win, but it doesn't mean you lost either. Just because you don't get the win in that court that day, fraud vitiates it all.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether it's 100 years later. Fraud vitiates it all. The Beach family, I always bring them up here in California. That case is huge. After 100 years, they got their family's land back, and they didn't even have to go into a court. Right? So anything is possible if you just do it. And anybody who thinks I'm nuts, I am. I admit it big time. I admit it. So come on at me, call me names. I've been called worse, I'm sure. I mean, my mom couldn't even call me. I'm the last of 8 kids. My mom called me every name but mine when she got mad at me. And then when she did, so it doesn't matter. If you want to join us, join us. If you don't, sit on the sidelines, make your jokes, do what you want, call us names, laugh at us. But guess what? We're doing something. You may be able to do it bigger, better, best. We're doing it. So accountability will come after, because we will have an indictment. We will have people involved who are prior military. We have someone, we're hoping, because this also is, it's not small potatoes here as much as I'm making fun of it. This is Department of Defense. Everything we're being brought forward is Department of Defense. So that means JAG, who is not a bar card carrier, right? We don't have to have a bar card carrier. We got a JAG. We can do that. Rod has a congressional seal as a private attorney general. He's got a seal as a bounty hunter. But you still have to remember there's jobs. And when we take this, the marshals are supposed to help. This basically, in a very serious way, is going to comically as well show the craziness our entire system has become.
Right.
And so that's what we're doing. So I'm hoping people will get on board, and they are. And people who haven't read the documents yet, oh, you'll love this. Kathleen and I went in circles. She kept asking me questions. And finally I said, you know what? You need to just stop. Go read the goddamn documents. And she's like, well, when's the, and I said, no, I'm telling you, everything you're asking me is answered. I'm exhausted. I said, I can't just keep repeating all this stuff. It's thousands of pages. Go read the documents. Once you read them, and then you get down to the proposed bill, you'll see why we say you don't even need the bill. It's already all in law. We just need the laws followed. We don't need new ones. We need to get rid of a lot of it. So, but we can't promise at the end of this. Anybody who says, well, who's going to do the arrest? Really? And then I love when people say, well, they can't do this and we need to do this. And I'm like, really? Okay, I'm sitting on a bed in my daughter's house right now. Where are you sitting? So from there, you're going to let me say, get up, and what are you going to use, and who are you going to arrest? How bad are your knees right now? Do you have a bad back? Really? You think these people all talk a good game, but it's going to take participation of that legislative branch, of the military, of the marshals, and the constitutional sheriffs. And having Sheriff Mack involved puts us into a constitutional spot with a lot of sheriffs that really are constitutional. So anybody out there who knows somebody, and you say, oh, my cousin Henry was a judge and he can't stand what's going on now, have cousin Henry come forward. My brother was a sheriff in such and such county for 20 years. He's retired. Well, have him come. He doesn't have to be known behind the wall of watchers. He can be anonymous behind the wall of watchers, but he can help.
Right.
Anybody that doesn't want to be seen will get a number. The jurors are all going to have numbers. So you can literally, as a juror, come forward and listen and not worry. If you're worried about, oh, they'll retaliate. Who are they? First of all, they don't care what we're doing if it's the they I'm thinking you're thinking of. And, but I do believe that because we're going to let them know, and I already invited the major offices were invited to our Zoom yesterday. DOJ, the judiciary, the men and women we're dealing with, and I think I sent 4 different congressional offices the Zoom link. They're going to know we're doing this. And we're going to request that they have someone in their office representing their constituents in listening. That's it. We'll know who's on there because Darren, well, you can track that. I don't care how much they want to hide. We'll see if they're hiding behind the screen, pretending they're not there. They're there. That's all we want. Show us you're participating. You don't think this is something that 600 and how many? 32?
638. And you have them all. I just sent them.
Thank you. So out of those 638, how many of you want to come forward and represent yourself and say, wouldn't it be cool? Think about this. Oh, I just thought of this. I couldn't. They threatened the life of my family. Who are they that threatened the life of your family? They could come forward, any of these congressional people who did not do their job, if they say they didn't do it because they were told to shut up or lose your life, right? We can put that on the record. Boy, could you imagine that, guys? If anybody actually did come forward to those 638 people and said, I'm going to tell you the truth. Maybe Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, right.
Because Marjorie Taylor Greene's on that list. And she's throwing all kinds.
Someone has to come forward, right? Someone has to come out and say something.
Yeah, I would think so. But then again, who knows? All I know is the people are going to create a record that will stand in perpetuity for the rest of our lives and on and on. It's going to be put in the Library of Congress. I'm going to make sure everything's done right. So you'll be able to find it 30, 40, 50, 100 years from now, what the crazy people did. Because it is a historical document. It hasn't been done in over 250 years. And so there you go. So I'm done.
I was getting ready to say, I hear them screaming for me. It's bedtime.
It's my bedtime too, as you can see. But
oh, Billy, stop acting like that. It's not your bedtime. But thanks, Billy, for coming in. I sent you the list.
Thank you. And keep telling everybody. Give them the Facebook page. Tell them about. I have to go back on our.
What is the Facebook?
The
page?
National People's Great Grand Jury.
I forgot people's name. National People's Great Grand Jury.
Yep.
All right.
Go get on the page. Be a member of the page. We're not going to be putting a ton of stuff on there because we don't need a ton of stuff. It's already got the documents are on there. I also put up Kathleen's link to her great grand jury, which is the state and local level. So what we're telling everybody is this whole thing is meant to bring awareness in a way that's never been done before. Everybody can participate. Anybody can watch. This is not going to be closed off. We have, Sheriff Matt coming forward. That was the first one that's like, thank you, right? So we're going to have fun, but we're going to make it serious. And we got people running for office across this country. By the way, Louis Herms announced in California running for governor. He announced this next week. He's going to hit the pavement hard. He asked me to write the bill for California. That's the the state bill for the federal bill. And he's going to start pushing it in California for the People's Remedy and Restoration Act. So we've got 12 states now with.
It's got to be able to go. Right? Oh no, Renee froze. 12 states. There
She's off my screen. There she is.
She's there.
So it's happening. We've got a lot going on. Thank you.
Renee, this is your tune right here. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Toll roll, baby.
Well, the road stretches long from the Pacific shore, where the guardians fell and the families cried for more. We loaded up the buses with the weary and the bold, headed east with a fire in our hearts, boys. We're gonna toll and roll. The system built its cages out of paper and lies. under color of disguise. But the people rose together, put their boots upon the ground. From the redwood forest to the capital town, we're gonna toll and roll. Toll and roll, let the good times come. Toll and roll, till the battle's won. Audit the records, let the truth be told. We're the children of the Republic, and we're tolling, rolling down the road. We met in the desert, under wide open skies, shared our stories round the fire, watched the sparks fly high. From CPS shadows to guardianship chains, we're breaking every link in the pouring rain with a toll and roll refrain. The lawyers and the judges, they hide behind their gowns, but the voice of the people is the thunder rolling down. We carry postcards, petitions, and a sacred bill of rights, singing freedom's old sweet song into the endless night. Toll and roll, feel the spirit rise. Toll and roll, under endless skies. From the OC to DC, let the message unfold. We're the remedy riders, and we're tolling, rolling down the road. Well, the wheel is turning and it won't slow down. Every mile we travel spins the truth around. From the ashes of injustice, a new day is born. We're the convoy of the righteous in the early morn. Now the halls of power, hear our footsteps drawing near. We come in peace, but we come without fear. With faith as our compass and justice as our guide, we stand for every mother, every father, every child. So raise your voice up higher, let the chorus ring. The Republic is calling, let the people sing. From sea to shining sea, hear the freedom call. We're the movement that's rising, and we toll and roll through it all. Toll and roll, let the good times come. Toll and roll, till the battles are won. Audit the records, let the whole world know. We're the keepers of the promise, and we're tolling, rolling down the road. Tolling, rolling, keep on rolling. Tolling, rolling, let the truth be told. Tolling, rolling, cross America. Tolling, rolling, forevermore. Forevermore.
The CPSPunisher.com is the app they never wanted you to find. If CPS is knocking at your door, intimidating you as a parent with police standing there waiting for you to talk back so they can arrest you and steal your kids, stand strong, tell them you want to see their warrant, they will leave. Lessons like these can save your family and are exactly what the CPS Punisher assists you with. If your lawyer isn't fighting for your child, now you can research anything and everything, so you can be educated on the most up-to-date case law and court procedures. The CPS Punisher has more tools than Home Depot when it comes to recording data from your CPS case. Whether you need a timeline, log your visits, ask a question pertaining to the ADA, the CPS Punisher has it. Never again will CPS have the upper hand when you have the CPS Punisher.